know that 170 strap would look great to go for the Triple Crown. I'm a freezer at this weight. Why go down to 155 and drain ourselves and then title it BMF? The BMF title was founded by Nate Diaz at 170 pounds, the creator of the belt. So the belt should be contested at 170 pounds. And I'm up for it. And I'll go and I'll take it. There's so many avenues we can go. And I'm up for every single one.
Conor McGregor did an interview today on Smashcast and said that he would like for you to be his next opponent if you win on Saturday night. He wants it to be 170 pounds for the BMF championship. Is that something you would entertain, given that that would be a rematch from earlier in your career?
100%, man. I mean, you don't say no to Conor, and it'd be a fun fight, you know what I mean? He got one on me, like I said. If I have a chance to get one back on anyone, I don't care how much times you got it on me. And if I didn't get one, I would want one back, you know what I mean? So it'd be fun, especially with him. He looks motivated as hell lately, so I think that'd be a fun fight, and never say never.
PFL released a statement saying March 6, 2026, the Professional Fighters League has made the decision to part ways with Francis Ngannou. We have great respect for Francis as both an athlete and a person, and we wish him success in the next chapter of his combat sports career. The PFL remains focused on recruiting and signing the best athletes in the sport while continuing to deliver world-class competition for fans around the globe.
Francis Ngannou and the PFL have parted ways. So Francis Ngannou is no longer a PFL fighter. He is gone, and he is free to sign with anyone as of right this moment. Obviously, this is a huge story. He was a massive signing for them back in 23 and only fought once. Now, when he signed with them, you may recall, it was first the signing. It was the signing that came out in May of 23, but then he announced afterwards, later that summer, like 2 months later, that he was going to fight Tyson Fury. So he never actually fought for them until October of 2024. He had one fight left on his deal. It was either get that one fight in or the term of the contract expiring. He told us that very recently. So that was coming up in the next few months. And so both sides just decided to walk away. Francis Ngannou just doesn't fit who the PFL is in 2026. I think the narrative might be like, oh, this was a mistake. Well, mistake for who? Was it a mistake for Francis? No. Francis got paid more for that fight against Renan Ferreira, that one fight, versus his last fight against Cyril was probably like 5x, if not more. Plus, there was no exclusivity attached to it. He got paid a hell of a lot to fight Tyson Fury. He got paid a hell of a lot to fight Anthony Joshua. And he got paid a hell of a lot to fight Renan Ferreira. I suspect we'll be hearing about Francis's next move in short order. I see some people speculating that he's going to sign with Eddie Hearn. I don't think that's the case. I think we'll find out what his next move is. And I think that the timing of this announcement was, you know, smart on the PFL's part in the sense of like you want to get ahead of the story, so to speak.
Tom Aspinall's with Eddie Hearn. Say he can't really come to terms with the UFC. If the UFC can get Francis Ngannou back in the fold, then you start making fights with him and say he always was the champion. He just left for a while. John Jones gives you too many problems to get on the White House, right? Or it's not working. Francis Ngannou's on the market. You kind of pivot and go, well, Francis, can we get together and talk about maybe you fighting at the White House? That takes a little bit of that leverage from the Jones side. And then also it just gives us the chance to have Francis back in the UFC. Now, I don't know that that's going to happen because it seems like the UFC and Dana and Francis aren't really coming together in the way that they would need to in order to make that happen. But hell, we have seen things happen in sport, especially in entertainment, more than I can come to tell you. So CM Punk hated the WWE. He's back now. We've seen so many. Brock Lesnar, it looked like Brock Lesnar would never get back in the WWE after all the things that he did. He's back now. So many people have had issues with the organization, and they've been back.
Конечно, я ставлю Шона.
I definitely keep Sean O'Malley in mind because it makes sense for an American to be fighting on the white card. So I think what Sean O'Malley should do is potentially recolor his hair into an American flag. I think that would bring more attention to it. Definitely would make it easier for him to be fighting in the White House. So I'm considering that to be a fight if he's going to be ready for it. I'm happy to do it because that last fight, obviously, there was a poor decision by the judges. The UFC pretty much pulled him out by his ears, made him a victor. So I would love to give him what I owe and, kind of kick his butt a little.
And
when would you like to fight again after Ramadan? Like what?
I won't fight with Mirab, of course. If it's gonna be Mirab, it's gonna be perfect for me. Second fight with Petr when he was healthy, he showed. I need this rematch too to show when I'm not fighting with a broken hand, I can do much better. Even if they will ask me to fight for the title or for rematch, I want rematch. To be honest, I want rematch, and we'll see.
That you think if he doesn't come back by July, I'm going to fight someone else just because I love to fight and I want to be active? Or are you waiting for him no matter what?
I'm waiting for Petr Yan because this fight makes sense. Now we are 1-1. I beat him 2023. He beat me and busted, opened me up good in 2025. And like I said, I have no excuse. Of course, I was going through some injuries, some hard training sessions, everything else. But now, third fight, we both will have a good time to prepare, and I wanna even challenge myself and see who's gonna be winner in third fight in trilogy. And I'm sure everybody will be excited for this one. And now it's worth it to wait. And then after this fight, we move on.
You think Strickland has a better chance against Khamzat than Imavov?
100%.
Really? Interesting. How come?
Yeah. I mean, did you see what Strickland did to Imavov?
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing, and that's striking, of course, the other thing, Strickland's ability to get back from, when you take him down, to get back to his feet, he does a very good job at that. He always, when I fought him the first and second time, he's really good at that. Strickland is stronger than people think, I think, on a physical level, and his technique to get back to his feet is very good.
As far as Arman goes, the guy's a stand-up guy. I don't hate the guy. We had a wrestling match. I think he wasn't used to, wrestling at the level that we're at. You put another wrestler on that mat, and that's hand fighting. And the clubs he calls hitting, him throwing up his hands to the ref. I was very shocked to see the way he was reacting. This guy's supposed to be a tough guy in the UFC, and he's acting like a baby on the mat. This is wrestling. It's a physical sport. So I was shocked by his reactions, but he milked it. He got his points. The ref's probably married to a Persian, the ref's probably married to an Armenian, by the way he was reffing that match. I do think in general, it was more than just my match. I think ref really needs to figure out the refs and everything that's going on. But in a way, I almost owe Arman a thank you, because if he didn't punch me at the end of the match, it wouldn't be as viral as it was. I will say, don't get this confused. Me as a person, as who I am, I would never do that to another individuals. Wrestlers are supposed to have respect for each other. When you're in the match, you're trying to kill each other, but the second the match is over, it's automatic respect, and fighters should know that. I think you know, he just has a short fuse and he let things get to him. I think he's got a history of that. I mean, if you look at the UFC, that's why he hasn't got a title shot. And this certainly isn't helping his case. I was rooting for the guy. I told him, like, hey, Arman deserves a title shot, and a couple other podcasts before the match. But, you know, he went to prove me wrong. He obviously hasn't learned his lesson. He's got a short fuse. And, you know, what it comes down to is I broke him in that match and he didn't know what to do.
Are there fighters in this sport who get more hype than they deserve?
Yes, for example, it's Paddy Pimblett.
It's true. Do you believe that you would beat Ilya?
Yes, I believe it. I believe myself always.
Do the fans give you the recognition you believe you deserve?
From people, yes. From bosses, maybe not.
It's true. Do you think you gave Islam Makhachev the hardest fight ever?
No. I think Volkanovski gave the hardest fight for him, the first fight.
It's a lie. Are you really that rich?
No, I'm not. Yet.
It's a lie. Are you afraid of Dana White?
No.
It's a lie.
I don't know.
Arman, the final question. Have you ever pretended an injury just to avoid a dangerous fight?
Yes.
It's a lie.
Bad. Okay. But people think that I did on purpose. So now they know. This machine knows something.
Dana White just dropped a huge teaser for the historic UFC White House event. The card is reportedly being called Freedom Fights 250, part of the massive celebrations for America's 250th anniversary. The event is scheduled for June 14th, 2026. According to details, the card will feature 2 title fights with rumored matchups, including John Jones versus Alex Pereira at heavyweight. After Dana posted this image, he went on Nina Drama's live stream and revealed that one of UFC White House's fight just fell through.
That's something about the White House fight. So we've been working on this thing nonstop, and one of the fights literally just fell out when I walked in here. I don't see. I think Hunter killed himself. I don't know.
Heavyweight division, Luke